Right now, I'm surrounded by objects that don't hit back. I get to hit them. But what if something outside in the real world happened where I was accosted, you were accosted, and someone ran up on you trying to take your stuff from you? What would you do? How would you react? Is the work that you do inside with objects that don't move, does it really translate? How much of what we practice inside of boxing is used for self-defense? That's the question I'm going to get to the bottom of real fast for you guys now. We got to break it down really quickly. We have to understand a couple key facts. Martial arts has been around for a very long time. You got into a battle with an opposing tribe, you lose your weapon, you need martial arts. Hand-to-hand combat in order to subdue your enemy and protect your tribe, right? And all the things that have come along with it, your culture, your progeny, etc. That's the basis of all martial arts, and there's so many traditional ones, I can't even begin to name them, but the ones that are most popular, by far, are gonna be boxing, kickboxing, judo, Muay Thai, karate, taekwondo, and wrestling. In some kind of order, definitely probably the most popular out of those martial arts. And yeah, they are martial arts, is boxing, but is that self-defense? Is it self-defense if I know how to kickbox and someone tries to take me for a lick? Who would win? Would I be safe? What if they had a weapon? Let's break it down. We know that training boxing or any of those other sports, they're not all the same. But they are the same in that they're all for competition, specifically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. If you want to take it back, Greco-Roman wrestling, those are sports that were only born of the need for competition. They don't exist in that pure form outside of competition. Muay Thai, Krav Maga, other fighting styles do exist in some capacity outside of competition, but they're refined for competition. So am I training to compete, or am I training to not be a lick, to not be an easy come up, to make it difficult for someone to take my shit? And the answer is yes. So the skills that we learn inside with immobile objects actually help us on the outside. We got to talk about how, though. Let me pose a scenario for you really quickly. Let's say we're hanging out. We look over and we see somebody that we know is trained getting run up on for a lick. They're at the ATM, someone's right behind them. We know that they're a trained competitor in one of those fighting styles. What's gonna happen when they get grabbed by someone and they're the victim? My guess, and I'll say 99 out of 100 times, the Vic, the person who's trained for competition, is gonna make that thief's day very bad. That thief is gonna need a doctor, they're gonna need a lawyer, they're gonna need consolement and a sentence. While our victim in that scenario is probably going to walk away with a story to tell and all of their money and safety on them. We train self-defense to protect ourselves, our safety, our body, our money, and our family. Training for competition teaches you that, and here's how. How safe are you knowing how to throw 1, 2, 3s that get you points inside of a squared circle when someone tries to take your stuff? I'm gonna show you that what we learn for competition applies in life in so many other ways, but let's start with the physical. If someone's this close to me, I have so many options, right? If someone comes to me wanting a fight, wanting a confrontation, and physically, not mentally, I already have options. This close, I have all kinds of means to get away from that person, to get that person to think twice. Those are all moves that you would learn inside of a boxing ring, inside of a Muay Thai or kickboxing ring. What to do with your elbows, closest, what punches to throw when someone's that close to you, how to move your whole body. So training for competition physically does translate. Even when you have gloves on. Because learning to throw these punches in rapid succession, staying calm while doing it, gets you out of a lot of trouble when we're training for competition, when we're doing any types of moves inside the gym. But you notice I only chose to throw certain punches and strikes at this distance, didn't I? If someone has a long-range weapon, I'm not going to want to throw any type of elbows or anything, right? If someone comes at me, and of course I don't really have gloves on, if I'm going to the ATM, that'd be freaking weird. I'm going to make sure, because of my training, I'm going to be able to assess space really quickly. I'm also going to look at my person, in this case the heavy bag's position, but I know that I have different, what a lot of people inside of Muay Thai call weapons, and those weapons change based on my distance, right? I don't throw this when I'm really close. That's something that you learn. I don't throw this when I'm really far. I have spatial distance. I know to keep my hips back. I know how to read, not to mention all the defense that I obviously can't practice right now with just myself. All the defense and all the blocking, keeping my eyes on a target, moving and setting myself up for extra strikes, all of that, even though we train for competition, is super applicable. Not to mention the mental toughness, the awareness, the steely courage, the confidence, which matter 10 times more. It matters that you know how to take your heart rate from freaking 180 when someone tries to pull up on you for a lick down to regular, so that you can see all the things that are going to happen next. So the answer, do we learn this as self-defense? The answer is definitely yes. If nothing else, just for the fact that I learn how to stay calm in the heat of someone trying to take my lunch money. And that is why we train. Till the next one.